Welcome back to the YouTube. Today you're in for a treat, and so am I. I have just found out that today I'm going to be having a high day. So I'll run through roughly what I'm going to be eating, and then I'll take you along for each meal. So to give you a bit of context on where I'm at in terms of my prep, etc., I am currently today exactly 3 weeks and 1 day out. So tomorrow will be 3 weeks out from PCA Wales. Today's food, so I've already had my first meal. I wasn't going to do a video today, and then Jake's given me a high day, so thank you, Jake. So first meal was 40 grams of protein powder, Perform of course, 100 blueberries and 50 whey. That's my normal pre-workout. Now, because I've had that already, Jake said, right, okay, let's go big on post-workout. So normally I have 80 grams cream of rice. I'm going to be having 140. The whey's come down by 10 grams. So, you know, I'll take that. And normally, this is my big bowl. Not today. Not today, Zerg.
Not today, Zerg.
Look at the size difference. Get rid of this little fucker. And we're going to bang it in this big bad boy. So 140 grams, god damn it. That's a lot of cream rice. That is going to fill me up. This bag's probably not even going to be enough to actually fill this bowl. So I'm going to make this. I'm going to go upstairs, do my check-ins. So it's the normal stuff. It's 100 blueberries, 30 whey, 140 grams of cream rice. So I'm going to make this up. You do not need to see me making cream rice. It's in the last video. If you want to know how to make the perfect cream rice, do it. I am far too hungry. I trained about 40 minutes ago. I need to get this in me, and I've got work to do. I've got check-ins to do. So I'm going to go and eat this big, massive bowl of cream of rice, and I will catch you for the next meal. So guys, we're now on meal 3. It's now 12 o'clock. This meal is 100 grams of 5% beef mince, 120 grams of uncooked rice, 100 grams of chili sauce, 100 grams of veg. Now, this meal is going to be massive compared to normal, because normally I have 50 grams of rice. So this is going to be so nice to eat. Look at the size of that. Now that's 2 meals, because I cook all my rice in a batch. So I'm going to half that now. Jesus Christ. Wow. Right, let's get them in some. Chili con carne sauce, 100 grams. Pop that in the pan. 100 grams of veg. And anyone that's watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I'm weird and I like to put some toffee, flavor drops, 0 calorie, in my rice to make it nice and sweet. Normally a couple of drops, but this isn't required because it's so much. So what I do is I put the drops in, and then I mix that round, and that is too sticky, so I'm gonna have to add a bit of water to that because that is so sticky. Wow, look at that juiciness. I wonder if I'll gain weight tomorrow. If you think I'm gonna gain, pop in the comments how much. Wow. Wow. Stop eating it. Wait a minute. Wow. Right, anyone on prep who just needs a little bit of seasoning in their life, aromat. Now, if you've not tried this, it's like, I don't know, it tastes like cheese. It's like this sort of colour, yellow. Wow. Per 100 grams, 146 calories. Now, your typical like barbecue fajita seasoning type stuff is like 350. So it's half the amount and it tastes twice as good. So I put a little bit of that in my rice with the toffee, like so. That's probably less than a gram. So if we want to work that out, that's like fucking ridiculously low. Just gives it this like really nice taste. Wow, delicious. Right, I like to burn my mince, as I mentioned in my last YouTube. I had about 5-6 people message me saying burnt mince is like, on prep. It is treats. So a little bit of burnt mince on top of my toffee rice with a little bit of aromat. Wow. These two dogs are staring at me, thinking they're gonna get some food. Absolutely no chance. Right, that burnt mince looks pretty burnt. Let's get that on the rice. It looks very small because normally I have 125 grams, but it's only 100 today. The reason we do that is because the carbs are so high, we want the carbs to digest well. So the lower the protein, the easier it's going to digest, because protein is one of the more difficult things to digest in terms of carbs, fats and proteins. So like I showed you last time, that burnt part of the pan, probably my tastiest part is the burnt bit that gets stuck. Excuse the noise. So if you're on prep, right, you'll know exactly how weird you get with food. And this burnt part here, I am not food focused. I am lying. I am. Good news is, I don't think my food's going to drop anymore. I don't know what calories I'm on, and I don't want to know. I will put obviously today's total calories at the end of this video. So we'll see what its total is. Look at that. Wow. God damn. I'm going to enjoy eating this. You can watch me if you want. I'll put it in fast forward. Right, I'm going to eat this on the bed so that I'm away from the dogs and I can eat in peace. And yeah, I've still got 2.5 litres of water to drink. Well, I try and get that in before at least 3:30, so I've got an hour and a bit. And the delivery's just shown up as well, so I'll eat this, and then I've got gas mark 10 has just arrived, so get it in your basket. And on top of that, I think we've just had another delivery from a different company as well, so there's 2 big deliveries outside, which I look forward to going and doing with some carbs in me. So I'm going to eat this and go from there. Oh my God. I'm not going to beat around the bush, that was phenomenal. God damn it, I better put my waist trainer on because I feel like I'm going to explode. Right, we've got a delivery for gym supplies to unpack, and I believe in there we've got some new products as well, so check out the site and I will catch you outside and then we'll get the next meal in. So what do we have for you today? We've got some CaloFit sauces, which are low calorie, barbecue sauce, sweet chili sauce, chocolate sauce and salted caramel. We've also got a new delivery of gas mark 10, no games, and also the pump formula Pitbull pump, which are the best and strongest pre-workouts on the market. And they have new flavors. Lemon sherbet is in the mix, so I'm very excited to try those. Salted caramel and chocolate. And personally, I'm going to go for, they look pretty thick. Normally these are shit. Wow, that's fucking delicious. Holy shit. Always shake these because they get a bit. That's actually thick. That's actually delicious. Oh my God. Well, I'll be buying 2 of those, chocolate and a salted caramel. Thank you very much. We're getting more of those in stock. On top of that, we've got loads of my protein flavor drops, which are delicious. If you've not tried them, get them on your rice. And the Gas Mark 10, so lemon sherbet. Lemon sherbet is the new one, and this is one of the highest stims you'll get on the market. Caffeine, 600 micrograms. Beta-alanine, 3,000 or 3,500. Taurine, it's got all sorts in there. Alpha GPC, this is one of the best pre-workouts on the market. Crackers. Right, let's get these unpacked, and then it's probably time to go and get another meal in. Meal 4. Chicken and a fuck ton of rice. Again, 100 grams of chicken. We use scissors because it saves me having to use a chopping board. I can cut all the crap off. $100 grams of veg, 100 grams of chicken, 30 grams of Nando's sauce, and a shit ton of rice. Bit of toffee on the rice, as always. There's a lot of rice. 120 grams to be precise. Oh yes. About 25 grams. Do myself over there. Put her in a crate. Small sprinkling of aromat. Reg, Kimmy. So a nice large portion of food again for me. 2 hours since my last meal. Again, I'm gonna lock the dogs in the kitchen because I want to eat in fucking peace. So yeah. So 5 minutes in the micro, you can see they are steaming. Then we throw them into the air fryer, normally for about 10 minutes, but again, they're probably gonna need longer because there's more. So get them in like that, and then we're gonna throw 100 grams of green beans in there. Tesco's extra finest green beans. We've started using the fresh ones because Christy said you get more, and I agree. So throw those in, 100 grams. 99 I'll do today. Throw them in the air fryer. With that we have a 3% fat burger from Marks and Spencer's. So yeah, Jake's pulled this one down to 100. It's normally 125 per meal. So I'm gonna have to take away 50 grams of this, chop this up. I flatten it anyway, so it doesn't really make much difference. There we go. Goodbye. And then I'll just make that into a nice ball again. And again, the reason we have less protein, there's more protein coming from, I suppose, the carbs, but it's gonna help us also digest the carbs a lot bit better. So we'll make that into a burger, chuck them in the pan. Oh, smash burger. I feel like this is gonna be a really short video, so what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I've got legs, it's Saturday, so I'm gonna record a bit of our leg session because I don't think we've recorded a leg session because I'm normally too fucked. Hopefully I have some energy from this food, and then we'll try and get a check-in of the legs maybe, see what the midsections are looking like. There won't be a pump on the upper body, but we'll see what it's looking like. I think they need a little bit longer, but they look pretty good. The burger I fucked. It's the worst burger you'll ever see, but it's basically ground beef. The little offcuts I made, 2 little tiny burgers for the doggies. And if you've watched the turkey vlog, you'll see how much I miss my meat. So I could only have chicken. Chicken and oats, cream of rice. really miss my burnt mince. More than oats, yeah. Oh my God. The goal here is that there's going to be a full plate. Wow. 30 grams Nando's sauce. Why do we measure the sauce? Because it's a variable. Time to eat. The final supper. 140 grams of cream of rice. I'm not going to show you how to make it because I've done that a million times. You can only see me make this so many times before you either don't give a shit or you're bored. So that's that done. 100 grams of blueberries. Blueberries because they are nice and I like them frozen too. Cools this down a bit, makes it edible. And also because blueberries are one of the most powerful antioxidants you can have from fruit. Much more superior to any other type of fruit. So we mix those in, lovely jubbly. 20 grams of dark chocolate, 140 grams of cream of rice, 40 grams of whey. If you've not already heard, the baklava whey is the best whey I've ever had. So big shout out to Perform. Marxie's blood orange chocolate. Normally a mint fan, but I'm just trying to get rid of what's stocked up in the cupboards here. And then we're going to apply our whey paste. Which again, if you drink, there's something wrong with you. You should be making it so it looks like that. That is baklava flavoured protein. Right, that is good to go. And I'm going to meet this in bed. We'll see you tomorrow for the pump. Drop a comment right now. Pause. And you put a comment below to say what you think my weight will be in the morning. Up or down and how many kilos. So just to give you a reference point, this morning I was 86.3 kilos and my heaviest was 103, so yeah, I'm down a fair chunk, so I'll catch you in the morning, fuckers. Oh, good morning. That was probably the best sleep I've had in a long time. So my normal morning routine on a Saturday is get up, do whatever check-ins are there, reply to the 57 million WhatsApps I get through the night, and I make my oats while I'm letting that sort of, I let the oats cook, I let the oats soak, and then I get to it. So I'm going to make my oats, and it's going to be sad today because, it's the same as yesterday, it's 50 grams of oats. And then we'll start doing some steps, we'll do some check-ins, we'll reply to everyone, clear my phone, so I have 0 notifications, and then we'll go and do some legs with the big dog, Aaron Kelch. These oats, by the way, Narnies, Scotch porridge, phenomenal. Volumized like hell, gluten-free, a little bit more expensive, but a girl called Holly Latham told Christy about them. I'm very dubious on oats, but these are absolutely exceptional. And I haven't took my weight yet because I'm waiting for the Loch Ness Monster to leave my bowels. And I've not been to the toilet since probably yesterday morning, so I know there's going to be a big monster in there. So while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to go and do the gym supplies orders because there's a few. Just another person buying some blueberry flavoured Perform pancakes. These are exceptional. If you haven't tried them yet, get them in your bag, get them in your basket. nice and runny like that, and they will, I promise you, they will, I promise, they look like shit now, but if I leave them microwave 1.5 minutes, come back down in 20 minutes, they'll be absolutely perfect. Perfect way to hit your steps nice and early. Jump on a treadmill, reply to all your WhatsApps, do what you need to do in the morning. Easy work. I've upgraded the rig, as you'll be able to see. I now have a light that makes me look a little bit less ugly. So that's now up. And we have some Saturday check-ins to get into. So I'm going to get into those now. Wonderful people who check in the day before. I appreciate it. Means I can get a chunk of work done in the morning. So I've got some check-ins here to do. And yeah, we'll get into those and then we'll go and weigh ourselves. Right, 86.3 yesterday, shall we see what I am? $87. Pretty happy with that, to be fair. So the oats have now been sat here for about 20 minutes. You see that? That is exactly how you want your oats. So they're cold now, so I'm going to mix them up a little bit. Probably just add a tiny little bit more water, because I like mine a bit more runny. Little tip from Christy, sweet cinnamon has to go in there. Actually slows down the spiking of like blood sugars as well, and tastes amazing. So mix that in. Flavor drops. Anyone that doesn't use flavor drops, you literally missing out on life. 0 calories, and it makes it taste like, it goes from like oats 7, maybe 8 out of 10 to an 11. Right, I'm going to say this one more time for the people who are still drinking protein powder. You do not drink protein powder, you make a paste or a whey drip. So you get your whey, you apply it to a little glass, and you add a small, very small amount of liquid in there, and you mix it like a batter. Make sure you got no clumps in there, and it'll make this delicious looking custard. Perform baklava, unrivaled. Normally I put a scoop in, mix that in for additional flavour, and the rest goes on top. Now these calo fits I got yesterday, so per 15 ml it's 1 calorie. 15 ml, 1 calorie. Watch this. That is 5 ml. That has like covered my oats in caramel, and that is 0.33 calories. So guys, we are just leaving for Prime to do legs. It is 4:28 a.m. and I had a high day obviously yesterday, like you've seen. Now high days, people think, oh yeah, you're gonna have so much energy. It actually makes me feel worse. I do not enjoy them. I enjoy them when I'm eating them, but the next day, like, yeah, I feel bunged up. I had acid reflux in the night, and I'm not being negative here because I appreciate the food and I know that my body needed it. I only gained 700 grams and I've not, well, I've done a big poop now, so it's probably a lot less than that now that the poop is out. But yeah, gonna go and train. Just to give you an update on prep. Technically, I'm a week out before I start reversing, because what we normally do is, obviously, like the 99% of the world, you'll get to peak week and then you'll start to deplete Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you'll carb load Thursday, Friday, compete on a Saturday, unless it's a Sunday show. But yeah, what we're going to do this year is we're going to hammer me down until 2 weeks out, and then rather than carb load me, we're going to reverse me, because last year when I carb loaded, I just went bloated and I looked shit and flat. Whereas when I reversed out of the actual prep, around the 4-week mark, I looked the best that I'd looked. So that's kind of what we're going to try for the first 2 weeks. See how I look, see how the carbs react to me. It's nothing crazy. I'm not going to go from 2,400 calories to 8,000 or anything like that. It's just going to be a small increment each day, probably. I'm not banking on Wales. I know Wales is a pro qualifier, and that is the goal, to go up there, win my class, win my pro card, hopefully win an overall sword for the big man, for Grandad, so that he can finally rest easy knowing that me and Christy have the same amount of swords, because that was always an ongoing joke that he had, that she had more swords than me, because she's got 2 and I've only got 1. But obviously that was made in jest, because he was always cracking jokes. So I would, it would make, I'll leave that part there before I get emotional. In terms of Aaron, he is really, really struggling at the moment, and the only thing that's really carrying him through is the thought that when we both started the gym at the age of 20, which is like 15 years ago, like our goal was to always compete. So although the fact is that I am depleted, not right this second, but I've been dead on my feet. He's been dragging me through the sessions. He's had shit sessions as well, and I've dragged him through them. And if you're watching Aaron, if you ever watch any of my YouTubes, I appreciate you, bro, always. Now let's fucking smash these legs in, boys! That session was a fucking hideous session. Light and shit in here, but I'm pretty pumped, to be fair. 4 out of 10 for that session. We move. Right, time to do some steps. Fuckers! Take a little bit of inflammation out of the legs, or add more to it, however you want to look at it. Don't know, whenever I do steps, after I've done legs, I feel like it just helps a little bit of blood flow and a little bit of DOMs fuck off a bit. I wish I was eating Frosties, but hey, anyone that's watching this and you're 2 weeks out, would you be eating Frosties like this daft cunt? Or would you be having oats, cream of rice, rice and chicken? I could think of 5 million other foods that are going to be more filling than Frosties. Frosties are off season. If you agree with me, write Aaron's a Frosty in the comments.
Aaron's a Frosty!
Aaron's a Frosty! That's the new merch drop.
Dawn's already commented and I haven't even put the video on yet. Right guys, in full transparency, that was one of the hardest sessions I've had to endure throughout this prep so far. Even though I had a high day yesterday, that doesn't make it any easier. It actually made it harder. My digestion was not optimal, let's just say that. I had a bit of a dicky tummy from the amount of food I ate yesterday. His body's just not used to digesting that much food. So yeah, it did not feel great in the stomach. Yeah, so the session's been done, the steps have been done. I'm not able to really do a proper check-in because Carrefour doesn't open until 8, so it's now just gone 6:45. So I'm going to go home, have my post-workout. I'm going to check in outdoors if I can. Yeah, numbers, I've not trained legs in prime for a couple of weeks due to being in Turkey. So some of the numbers were there or thereabouts, maybe a rep down. Frustrates me. I hate being beaten by myself in previous weeks. It really gets to me. But like I would say to anyone that's dieting, or any of my clients who are going through a dieting phase, you know, there's going to be weeks where you're not going to beat your numbers and you can't get yourself down about them. You've given 100%. I keep saying this to Aaron, failure is failure. Your body doesn't know how many reps you got the week before. It just knows that you're taking it to absolute point of failure. So that's all I can keep doing. Taking it to failure, stimulating that muscle, reminding my body that the muscle's required so it doesn't waste away. And yeah, I think that kind of wraps up my high day. Well, Jake's technically on holiday, so I will send him my weight because he asked for my weight, and I'll ask him if he wants a proper check-in. I can imagine he will, because that guy literally does not take a single second off ever. He could be like getting married tomorrow and he'd be like, you haven't checked in, mate? And I'm like, mate, you're walking down the aisle. And he's like, doesn't matter, check in. I need to see. He's that diligent. Anyone that's not got a coach, I could not recommend anyone more that cares about their clients than Mr. Jake Watts. So, about to head home anyway, so I will catch you soon.